Last week at the Pro Roughstock Toledo Open, rider Justin McDaniel of Orem, Oklahoma became our first two-time bareback riding champion of the season after an 84-point ride aboard Painted Pony's Shayna's Delight. In bull riding, we had a first-time champion, Justin Ellis of Thermopolis, Wyoming. His 85-point opening round aboard KRC Bone Daddy was enough to get the job done. And in saddle bronc riding, South Dakota's J.J. Elsher continued his hot streak at a record 6th straight ride of 80 points or better. His 83 points on High Time Gal of Rawhide Rodeo was enough to move him into first place in the season standings. Who will it be this week? Find out next as Professional Roughstock moves west to the Redmond Challenge in Redmond, Oregon. We're in the shadow of the Cascade Mountains in the beautiful valleys of Central Oregon. Welcome to Redmond. Out here, the canyons run as deep as the folks' roots in the sport of rodeo. These parts have produced many world champions, and tonight, once again, host to the Professional Roughstock Series and the Redmond Challenge. Howdy, everybody. I'm Justin McKee, and alongside me is the PBR finalist Spud Whitman, world champion saddle bronc rider 3-time Hawkeye Henson, and the bareback riding world champ Kelly Timmerman joins us here, coming to you from the Hooker Creek Event Center on the Deschutes County Fairgrounds. It's stop number 8 of the Professional Roughstock Series 2013. And Kelly, let's get to the bareback riding.
The horses today in the bareback riding are some of the most consistent we've had all year long. We've got a horse out called Sourdough, probably one of the top picks in the pen, matched up with Austin Foss. Going to be a great ride. Then we got hometown hero Brian Bain on one of his dad's horses, looking for him to have a great score also, but overall just a very solid group of horses for these Cowboys to get on.
A lot to look forward to, as is the bull riding, Spud, a young man that I know you're excited to see back after an injury, Cody Ford.
Well, it's really good to see him back. I look for big things out of Cody Ford. When you look at Oregon talent, you look at Jake Charlton, you look at Charlie Barker, and Cody Ford, I think we're going to raise the roof on this building tonight and ride some bad bulls.
All right, Hawkeye, and in saddle bronc riding, we've got a world champion in the mix.
That's right. We got the guy that won her all in '09, Jesse Cruz. And we got Will Schaefer's been hotter than a pistol. And then Eric Wolford on the other end of that room, been cold. So we got some things to watch tonight. It's going to be good.
And a reminder, the top 4 riders in each discipline tonight will be back next week for the Wrangler Final 4 Showdown round. Who will that be? We'll begin to find out right after this.
This telecast of the Professional Roughstock Series is brought to you by Wrangler. Long live Cowboys. Pro Tank Products, innovative oil field storage solutions. Kershaw Knives, there's nothing like a Kershaw. Rocky Boots, we're with you. Bismarck Ranch, ranching as nature intended. B&W Trailer Hitches, B&W Trailer Hitches, trusted. Pro Tank Products, your complete oil field tank manufacturing company, is meeting the needs of the Bakken oil field in North Dakota, Montana, and Canada. Our highly skilled personnel use 3 decades of experience to produce a superior product at the lowest possible cost. Pro Tank Products is also providing 400 and 500 barrel fiberglass tanks to meet your specific needs. Contact Butch today at 701-838-6346 or visit ProTankProducts.com. See how Pro Tank Products can help you with your oil field tank needs.
Welcome back to the Pro Roughstock Redmond Challenge, and we are moments away from the bareback riding. But right now, Kelly Timmerman has made his way down to the arena where he is going to help us load the chutes for the bareback riding.
Hey guys, you know, I really like to showcase these animal athletes. And there's one horse today that I've seen actually come up here to where Buster Bain owns him, a horse called Black Gold. He was owned by Sankey Pro Rodeo Company. Bucked for a few years there. I saw the horse at Pendleton. This is a star athlete. Not only that, but he's drawn up with Jesse Davis.
I seen him last year here at this same deal. And Caleb Bennett won a bunch of money on him. He looked pretty dang good. He got better by the age.
Jesse's sitting number 5 coming in this year's event. He needs the momentum to build him up, and I really think he's got the horse to do it today.
Exactly right, Kelly. As we get ready to go to the action, let's take a look at the pickup men tonight. Dave McMichaels and Ricky Shannon. So let's get to our first bareback rider. Mickey down there out of Colorado has drawn that horse you like called Calamity Jane.
This guy is as strong as they come. This horse matched up with him is just phenomenal. Look at the mark out. Look at that horse bail in the air. Almost made him spur over her neck. Come through, mate. I mean, look at him finish that ride. That's a 22. Exposure, aggressive, all the way through.
Could be a huge score for this guy. The further they went, Kelly,
Look at that
the stronger he got with that spur ride. Well, that's it. It's aggressive, charge the front, bring it back, kind of a bareback ride.
Man, the first jump out of there when that horse circled around to the left, I thought he spurred over her neck, but he didn't. He kept in contact all the way through. That would have messed up a weaker guy in the bareback riding, but by God, he finished a strong ride, 84 points.
84 for the Buffalo and Cattle Rancher out of Colorado. Let's go to the Oregon man. Lee Lance out of Molalla. Dirty 20 from Western Rodeo is the horse that he'll try to hang on to. Lee, here's a young gun right now trying to get the job done. We've already got a big pace set, and Lee Lance is going to get to the 8, but Kelly, he might have looked just a little behind.
That horse had a lot of direction change. Moving away, this horse isn't easy to ride. Watch this horse's front feet, how they're changing direction, changing leads, moving away, and I mean, he has to hustle just to be able to keep his feet in the front end of that horse. That was a difficult ride, and I mean, for a long-legged cowboy, he made a heck of a show of it.
77 points, a lot of body to keep under control right there for Lee Lance. 77 as we go now to Jesse Davis. Here's the guy you were highlighting, a man that is not only a great bareback rider, but just a great man. He's on that horse, Kelly, you talked about, Black Gold from B. Bardee.
The thing with the bareback riding is those gloves and those riggings are set up to you actually have to work that hand in there that literally won't come out until you open your arm and work it out. You're literally hung up before you nod your head.
All right, let's see how Jesse Davis gets along, a 4-time qualifier to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, just married, and I mean, got a hot seat right now. Oh, he was making a great ride. His feet fell down just for a split second down in the girth of that horse. May have cost him.
You know what happened, this horse is strong. Had a great mark out, I mean a good start on this horse, but you can see the power and the drop of that animal when he comes around to the right, kind of yanks him forward and makes him spur over the horse's neck, and then just kind of has a heck of a time getting back in there.
Oh, I'm telling you, Black Gold getting a lot of points. Jesse Davis doing pretty good as well. 80 is the score as we go to Mitchell Rickman from Powell Butte. He's on the Howell Rodeo horse called Polly Dolly.
When a horse rears up like that and they shoot, it gets my blood going. It pumps me up. Some guys have a little bit of trouble right there. You can see his left foot drop back, and it's costing him. He didn't get a good hold with his feet, and I mean, that right there is what you call taking a yanking and getting yard dart.
These horses will yank the yee-haw right out of you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you see how that foot dropped on the left side, took all the power out of both of his feet, and then from there, it's right on the riding arm. And I guarantee you that riding arm is probably about 4 inches longer right now.
Yeah, a lot of daylight under his Wrangler jeans right there. No score for Mitchell Rickman. As we take a look at Austin Foss of Redmond, Oregon. Sourdough from the Howell Rodeo Company is another one you like.
Austin Foss, an upcoming athlete. This kid is aggressive, sets his feet. Whoa, look at that horse kick. I mean, jumping across there, kicking over his head, and Austin, exposure, beating him to the ground, toes out. That's a picture-perfect bareback ride.
And a horse that was throwing everything at him that he could. The thing I liked about it, Kelly, and you can see it down there better than I can, that horse never had him in trouble.
No, I tell you what, that horse came out there and had a direction change to the left away from his hand, and I mean kicking over his head. That kid never missed a lick, was aggressive, exposure, exposure, exposure. He deserved to be winning the round right now.
How about this? 86 points, 86 for young Austin Foss, and here's the big gunner right here, Brian Bain, 2 times to the Wrangler NFR. and the Ram National Circuit Finals champion in 2012, Sidewinder. He's got his daddy's horse right here.
Man, I tell you what, hometown cowboy, when you're in front of your fans, you're always going to ride a little bit better. That horse was snappy, fast, probably made 15 jumps in 8 seconds, and that tall-legged cowboy never missed a lick. That was a superb ride.
Well, they call him B-Money, Brian Bain, and he's going to have to beat that 86 to get the big money here, but my goodness, I'd hate to be a judge tonight.
Oh, look at that horse. When a horse bucks across there with his head down like that, even feet, I mean, that is fun for a bareback rider. Right there, you showcase your ride style.
Another 84-point bareback ride here in Redmond. These are the Wrangler Final 4-round qualifiers. Coming back next week in bareback riding will be Austin Foss with his 86, Mickey Downer with 84, tied with Brian Bain, and Jesse Davis with an 80. Coming up next, he's second place in the season standings. Travis Sellers gets ready to go head-to-head with one of Hal Rodeo's rankest bulls, Cool Cat.
We know about your big old truck and that trailer that you tow. We even heard about your toys. So, what's holding it all together? Good thing you know who to trust for trailer hitches. B&W Trailer Hitches. Trusted.
To anyone who's ever looked fear in the eye and refused to blink, we can certainly relate. Guts, glory, Ram.
This portion of Professional Roughstock is brought to you by Tres Rios Silver, the official buckle of the PRS. STS Ranchwear, Silver Lining Herbs, Birch Rodeo, our stock is always rising, Foothills Feeders, and Wrangler, long live Cowboys.
Welcome back to the Pro Roughstock Redmond Challenge here in Oregon. We're just about set for bull riding. But a reminder for the 2013 PRS World Championships are coming up November 15th and 16th at the Rushmore Plaza Civic Center in Rapid City, South Dakota. Plan to get your tickets now and spend some time with us in the beautiful Black Hills and enjoy what will be the world's greatest roughstock show ever. Be sure to visit ProRoughstock.com to stay up to date with the latest information on tickets and travel packages. Our bullfighters tonight are Oregon's own Jason McCall and Idaho's Tori Cooper. Our barrel man is Dennis Halstead. First man to go is Travis Sellers. He's got that bull we've been talking about, Cool Cat from Hal Rodeo Company.
Boy, I just want to see, whoa, Travis is in a jam right out of there. You know, this is the thing I've been watching about with Travis ever since back when he was getting the whistle and things were coming together. I know his hips have been sore. It looks to me like he's having a little trouble getting a hold, but that bull bowed him right out over the front end. He had a hold of him. Just, boy, that bull just did a number on him right there.
My goodness, what a bull. Give it the credit to Cool Cat from Hal Rodeo Company, 1.7. Here's the number 10 man, Bump Postleway, picked up a new sponsor here in recent weeks.
Yes, he did. Bismarck Ranch, good to have you on board, and he's got Bump and a good bull. Oh, boy, takes a shot.
I'm telling you what,
my
his
goodness.
head gets bumped around there. Bullfighters trying to move in, and he's down, and he has not moved yet, Spud.
Yes, Tori Cooper, Jason McCall, it was good to see them move in on this. You know, when you see a guy take a shot like this, right here, he comes around here, whack. Good thing he's got the helmet.
Well, I
Took
mean,
2 shots right there,
two
didn't
big,
he? 2 big
I
shots.
mean, take a look at this wallop. I mean, brings him down and like a ball bat to the nose. Oh, gets underneath the helmet.
Underneath the helmet,
Oh,
didn't he?
it did.
Really
Got to
underneath
rip
the
that helmet right off of there, Hawkeye.
I'm just so glad he didn't step on him there, too. Look at him. He's going to get up. That makes me feel a lot better, I tell you.
Well, that guy is tough as a pine knot. Stumbles out of the arena, but I'm glad he's up and walking. The show must go on. Jake Charlton is ready He's from Redmond, Oregon, right here at home. Bottoms up from Howell Rodeo Company is the bull he'll try to ride.
Oh, come on, Jake. You're around the corner in good shape. Look at this. Here we go. We got one kicked off now, guys. Hang on to him, Jake.
Ride now, man. Oh, man. Made that one look good. He had to ride up to make it work, too.
Well, you know how hard it is, too, guys. Anytime you're in them chutes and you just watch one of your buddies take a shot like Bump Postaway did, and you got to slide up there and nod your head, you got to really dig down deep. And that's exactly what Jake did here. Thought it was a great bull ride. Bull turns back to left. Kind of hesitated there. But, you know, look at the way he just keeps making it work. Keeps going to him, gets the whistle, and that's what this game is all about.
You bet. Good, really good, really good. Made it all work.
81.5. He'll take the lead right now in Redmond, Oregon, as we go to Charlie Barker. Terrebonne, Oregon, just up the valley a little bit. Sunshine is a bull from B-Bar-D.
Well, I like the way Charlie, you know, he not only rides saddle broncs really good, he looks good on bulls, and he always puts out some big effort. Big guy, look at him coming around here. Keep going, Charlie.
Oh, my gosh. I tell you what, he come in the back door, rolled around his hips, and got back in there twice when you aren't supposed to be able to make it back.
You know, you watch this when we go to the replay, and look at how he's making his moves. He's getting around there. He's kind of a big Ross Coleman kind of guy.
He lost the bull rope,
but he
Spud.
lost that bull rope. You're exactly right. You lose that bull rope, it's hard to keep your seat.
Well, you want it tight, but every now and then, if you put too much pressure with your upper body out of control, your hand will pop out of there. And no score for Charlie Barker. He rode him 6.4 seconds. And Tanner Grass, here's the man who was second in Toledo last week. He's climbed into the top 15. The Colorado Cowboys on Slim Jacket from Howell.
Oh, come on, Tanner. You got a handful under you here. Oh, man, I tell you.
Did he get him?
Oh.
Nope. Yep, a little bit.
I might have stepped on him just a little bit. You know, I've been watching big things to come from this young guy. He rides really well. This bull here's got some dirty, old school rodeo stuff this bull's throwing at you. Kind of hard to get there on. And then he's got him raised up so bad when he turns back, it's hard to get back.
Yeah, he just never could get back over and get out over the front end at all.
Well, he's more disappointed that he did not get a score than he is that he got stepped on. Now here's Cody Ford, comeback story, and Slick Fever's the bull.
You know, Cody, it's been a while for him coming back. It was a pretty rough injury for him. It's good to have him back in here. And, boy, he's showing the old, golly.
Yeah, gum hung up, come loose. Oh, that looked scary for a moment there, I tell you guys.
That's a big old scary come and get you kind of bull, too. Cody Ford, who's qualified for the PBR finals out of Heppner, Oregon. He takes him a while, but this bull's got, he got some belly roll kind of trying upside down bucking action, too.
You know, the thing that impressed me about Cody is when you come back off an injury and you haven't been on any bulls and you get on one that's got some honk to him like this one does, this thing right here, he's a handful. This ain't just in the practice pen having fun. He's a handful. Cody's putting out the effort. He's trying to make the whistle. He was trying to be there when that whistle blew.
Yeah, he was. Lots of effort there. That bull's just too much. See you next time. So our qualifiers for next week's Wrangler Final Four Showdown round will be Jake Charleston with his 81.5-point ride, and these riders will qualify based on time ridden. Charlie Barker, Cody Ford, and Tanner Grass, the top three riders all from the state of Oregon. Thanks, Kelly, and we have a report on Bump Postaway. He's up and feeling alert, but they're going to take him to the clinic just as a checkup and a precaution. Coming up next, world champion Jesse Cruz makes his 2013 PRS debut on a B-Bar-D horse they call Deuces. Will it be double trouble for him or the rest of the field?
They say variety is the spice of life. May I suggest that variety is the essence of life. Varieties of the vegetation that you see in a natural pasture are optimal to a horse's health. We recognize at Silver Lining Herbs that not all horses and dogs have the opportunity to access this variety. That's why Silver Lining Herbs makes a complete line of horse products and dog products so that you too at home can get this same variety of vegetation. Silver Lining Herbs.
As cattlemen, you have many choices when it comes to feeding and finishing your herd. With a combined 100 years experience, our team at Foothills Feeders has been working to make that decision an easy one, providing the most cost-effective ration possible, with a feeding and development program tailored to meet your needs. Our expansive southern exposed lots and modern facilities are located in the lush Belfouche Irrigation District of western South Dakota. Foothills Feeders, developing your future.
Welcome back to the Pro Roughstock Redmond Challenge, where saddle bronc riding is about to be underway. Here's a reminder to log on to ProRoughstock.com for the latest on our 2013 Pro Roughstock fall season. And you can shop the Rough Stuff store. for your official Pro Roughstock gear. That's at ProRoughstock.com. We want to give a shout out to our stock contractors here in Redmond. They're B-Bar-D Rodeo, Bridwell Groundy, Hal Rodeo, Superior Livestock, and Western Rodeo Company. Well, Hawkeye, Spud, and Kelly, let's get right down to it as we head to the Bronco Depot here in the Redmond Challenge. Chance Millen of Summer Lake, Oregon's first up. He's on 4 Queen from Superior Livestock. Bronc stomping in Redmond, Oregon is underway, Hawkeye.
Yeah, you bet. Like you see here, this horse just kind of getting in the air, but not a lot of kick. Looks like he rode her pretty decent, but I think we're going to have to slip back to this Rocky replay. Yeah, here we go. Spur out looks good.
Yeah, this horse has showcased a lot of air, but like Hawkeye said, just didn't have enough kick, and then that kid, he just wasn't getting above the point of the shoulder. That cost his ride.
Had he had a little more kick, would that have helped set his feet a little higher there, Hawkeye?
I think it would have been. I have a chance to get under his rein a little bit more instead of being flat.
76 points for Chance Millen, 76. Now to Ray Tom Myers. The Casper, Wyoming man is on shallow water from Western Rodeo. Kelly, here's the man you coached when he was at college at Casper College.
Yeah, the thing about this kid, he's always got great starts. And look at Russell. I mean, these horses that Danny Russell brought, they're buckers. He was, he kind of got beat a little bit by this horse, wasn't able to get quite in the front end and stay in time, and that kind of cost him through the ride.
I think you're right. As we see this spur out here, feet come out kind of bad. He kind of held him in the stomach of the horse, and look what happened. He got behind, but he's trying to be aggressive and get his way out of it. He just can't get to the front end.
79 points. He'll take the lead for the moment. Ray Tom Myers from Casper, Wyoming. Now let's go to Tyrell Smith from Cascade, Montana. He qualified for his first Wrangler National Finals last year. He's on a horse called Smokin' from B-Bar-D.
Look at this get started. Good spur out, kind of maybe hesitated to jump, but now he's getting to that front end, lifting on the rein. Look really good on this little horse.
Real snappy right there. Snappy ride for Tyrell Smith.
Man, Tyrell Smith is so fun to watch. He's a classic bronc rider. When it's done right, Hawkeye, it just looks pretty. Look at him set his feet, get the drag all the way to the back of his cantle. I mean, That was a nice bronc ride.
It sure was.
Telling you what, he is counting the ribs on that bronc with that stroke. 83 points, 83 for Tyrell Smith. He'll take the lead over Myers, who moved down to number 2 as we go to the number 11 man in the season standings. Will Schaefer of Hyannis, Nebraska, has got a Western horse called NFR.
As we see this horse turning the spur out here, look at him, he gets started real good. Horse is strong and bucking. Look at him trying to snap his feet. Oops, he went into some problems there about 5 seconds.
Man, I love to see a horse like that. I mean, bucks out across there, hard to ride. That kid had to lift on his rein. I don't know how he kept a hold of the rein to get through that. Kept his stirrups, kept his swells. I mean, that right there is cowboy try. He made it through that ride, and I hope they award him for it. I know it was a little bit of a bobble, but
the spur ride and control of the ride is half the score. I just don't think he's going to get the points you want him to get here. 77, being out of sync will cost you the numbers, and it did right there. As we go now to the world champion, Hawkeye, Jesse Cruz of Great Falls, Montana.
Oh, looky here. Spurred him out. Look at those toes straight out. Fast feet. Look at this. Horse has got him pulled. Hadn't affected his feet at all. This is a great spur ride right here.
That's a good combination between the cowboy and the bucking horse. I'm telling you, that is a good-looking combo right there.
Man, look at how he's turning his toes out, keeping his chin down and hustling that front end. Lots of drag, lots of exposure, lots of aggression. I mean, that's fun watching right there, folks.
You bet. That's as good a spur ride as you want to see on anything. Right?
I mean, throwing those hips into those swells right there. Good stuff. Jesse Cruz, 84 points, 84. He'll take the lead as we go to the number 5 man in the season standings. Eric Wolford of Michigan, the winner in Reading. He's got Flathead from Bridwell and Groundy, and he gets scud missiled across the arena here.
As we see the spur out, his feet come out, not bad at all, but that second jump, he just racked his head back, and I think he might have got a little rein back. Watch this. Wow. Blow his swells loose right here. See what I mean? Look how high up he comes out of that saddle.
Now that's power. If you want to know what power is in a bronc, that's power right there. That kid can ride anything they put underneath him, but today that horse just literally jerked those swells away from him.
Well, we'll take a look right now with Jesse Cruz leading the crew. Here's your Wrangler Final 4-round qualifiers, and right behind him, he's 1 point better than his traveling partner, Tyrell Smith. Then it's Ray Tom Myers with a 79, Will Schaefer with 77. It's time to see who made the cut in tonight's Kershaw Cutting Edge Performance Highlights. Our bareback riding highlight is from Austin Foss. He wowed the hometown crowd with a wild 86-point ride aboard Howell Rodeo's Sourdough. In bull riding, it was another hometown cowboy. Redmond's Jake Charlton ended up on top after riding bottoms up from Howell's. And in saddle bronc, world champion Jesse Cruz of Montana leads the way, although narrowly. His 84-point ride on B-Bar-D Rodeo's Deuces was a point better than his traveling partner Tyrell Smith's 83. Kershaw is the official knife of the PRS. Don't forget to become a fan of the PRS on Facebook. There you'll see photos, event information, lots of behind-the-scenes going-ons, and contest information to win tickets and Pro Roughstock gear. Next week, it's our Wrangler Final Four Showdown round from right here in Redmond, Oregon. For Spud Whitman, Hawkeye Henson, and Kelly Timberman, I'm Justin McKee. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.